The Polaris Trail Boss 325 and Trailblazer 250 are both great choices for durable and affordable ATVs. Both can be found in solid shape for $1,500 or as low as $700 if you don't mind ordering some parts and turning a wrench. The question is, which one is the better fit for you and your family? Well, let's start with the similarities. Both quads are very close in size, with the Trailblazer being 3 inches longer at 74.5 inches, but weighing 64 pounds less at 440 pounds dry. The 2-stroke Trailblazer is rated at 22 horsepower new, and the 4-stroke Trail Boss has 19 horsepower new. They have the same automatic CVT transmission, with forward, neutral, and reverse, and identical brake setups, with the front lever operating the front and rear discs, and a mechanical backup foot lever for the rear that likes to fail quite often. Not failing as in brakes, as in the lever stops working. They have the same suspension setup with McPherson struts up front and a single rear shock in the back with the swing arm and chain drive. Ergonomically, I feel like the Trailblazer is a little more comfortable with a cushier seat, yet sportier feel, and more room in the cockpit. The Trail Boss feels like a smaller quad. For an older child or smaller adult, they might feel a bit more comfortable on the Trail Boss, but taller riders or those who tend to stand up more will probably like the Trailblazer better. The Trailblazer feels taller and more like a bigger quad, but it also feels more comfortable to ride aggressively. The longer length helps it ride smoother when jumping and landing or when riding over rougher terrain. The Trail Boss handlebars feel smaller and allow more vibration to go into your hands and shoulders, especially on rougher terrain, and it feels like it takes a little more effort to turn. The Trail Boss has a very smooth operating and accelerating 4-stroke engine, whereas the Trailblazer has the 2-stroke, which is not quite as smooth, but it builds revs better and has more top-end power. Also, the combination of a few more horses with 60 less pounds to tow around manages to equate to a quicker feeling for the Trailblazer 250 and adds to the sportier feel, even though both quads' top speed is in the low 40s. Both four-wheelers have very manageable power with no surprises, and this works great in building confidence for a newer rider or smaller or younger rider, learning and figuring out what they're doing. Either quad will not get away from you, and it would take a lot of whiskey throttle to get in any kind of trouble. Neither quad has engine braking, so being able to control that single brake lever also makes things simpler for new riders. But remember, neither quad will give you any help from the engine slowing down. There's also a bit more you can do in the aftermarket to tweak the 2-stroke Trailblazer and get more power, namely changing the clutch and exhaust pipe. Both quads are straightforward to work on and have easy access to most of the parts, and are popular enough that there are plenty of parts you can buy online. The Trailblazer would probably be a bit easier to maintain in the long run with the 2-stroke engine and no valves to keep up with. This means you do have to mix oil with the Trailblazer, but if you have one in good shape and it has an oil injection tank working, you don't have to worry about pre-mixing. The drawback of the 2-stroke is if you're using the 4-wheeler to hunt in the woods and you want to be quieter, the Trail Boss would definitely be the way to go. Also, it doesn't have that 2-stroke fuel mix smell. Both ATVs feature electric start and a pull start backup. Pull starts on both have reasonable effort, and both quads start easily with the pull start, as well as electric, so you can't get stranded with a dead battery. The Trailblazer does not have carry utility racks or a place for a hitch ball, so it has less utility compared to the Trail Boss. That also makes it look a bit sportier in appearance. I'd say if you're looking for something to cruise around in the backyard, use for hunting, or with some sort of utility to pull a small trailer, then the Trail Boss would definitely be the way to go. Or if the rider is going to have a smaller frame and doesn't want to feel overwhelmed by a bigger machine. If you're looking for something a little sportier that will keep someone more entertained as they grow and improve their skills, and want something a little more aggressive, or you don't need the utility, or need more room ergonomically, I would recommend the Trailblazer. Either way, these are both fun, cheap quads and are a great way to get someone started on the hobby. As I mentioned, there are tons of these online, probably a few more Trailblazers than Trail Boss, and good deals can be had. If you have a few extra $100, the difference in a $1,500 quad versus a $900 quad is worth considering. But as I always say, find what you can afford, buy the best one you can, and enjoy riding. Thank you for watching.